I'm a loyalty and rewards specialist. I've worked in this industry for over 30 years with some of the best brands around the world. But I'm always asked around, why do a loyalty program? It's one of the most misunderstood concepts. Is a loyalty program just points and badges and tiers? But why would you actually invest in a loyalty program? As a brand, whether you're a big enterprise, global brand, or a smaller company, there are some really strong strategic levers that you have to take into consideration. The first one is customer data. The main reason you would start a loyalty program is to collect customer data. If you're a retailer and someone walks into your store, until you know who they are an unknown customer record. We need that customer to say, hey, I'm Amanda, here's my cell phone number, here's my email address, I'd love to join your loyalty program, and I give you permission to communicate with me. That's the collection of the customer data. And then every time I come back to the store, I identify myself again, whether it's on my credit card swipe or on an app. And with that, you can see what I'm buying. So over time, you collect the customer data. So you not only know who your customers are, but you know how they shop, how frequently they come into the store, when they haven't come in, so you can actually reactivate them to come back to your brand versus competitors. So that's just touching the surface of customer data, but we can go deep into the customer data strategic lever of a loyalty program, but collecting customer data and identifying spend is one of the main reasons brands, big or small, create a loyalty program. Let's move into the second reason, is because we want to increase sales. A great loyalty program can drive increased sales from your existing customers. So because you have a loyalty program, because you communicate to your customers about the benefits of your brand, about the service improvements, just in general about new product offerings that are coming into your store or into your restaurant and so on, customers will come back to you more often versus your competitors. You will get more of their available money to spend with your brand. Now, how much is that? That can be up to about 10% overall sales can be increased because of your loyalty program. That's what we call incremental sales. And that's often the number one reason a lot of brands are chasing through a loyalty program and forget about the first strategy about collecting data. There are other ways as well. So if I move out of just increasing sales, another reason to do a loyalty program is actually to change other behaviors with your customers. And what do I mean by other behaviors? Maybe you need your customers to form part of a community that supports the brand's mission to be more environmentally friendly, or you want customers to refer a friend, or you want customers to start using your digital channels, for example, using an app rather than ordering at the counter in a restaurant environment. In fact, McDonald's, through their global loyalty program, were able to shift customer behavior from ordering at the counter to ordering on the app. And by doing that, customers were able to they communicated with them more frequently. They saw a change of behavior simply because they put the loyalty program on the app. And they were able to drive a more digital strategy that impacted their stores, McDonald's restaurants worldwide. Another reason, and one of the reasons a lot of us always think about as the output of a loyalty program, is driving customer retention. We want customers to stay with the brand for longer. We don't want customers to buy from you, do one purchase, and then leave your brand and go to your competitors. Customer retention, it's proven that if you can increase customer retention by 5%, so 5% more customers stay with you for longer, that can drive profits of over 25% increase. That's an enormous number. It's a much more profitable strategy to drive retention than to continuously chase new customers. Think about the gym industry. Worldwide, we know that everybody joins the gym in January. And come February or March, those numbers start to plummet. The fitness industry need you to keep coming back. They need you to be engaged. And we've seen a brand like Virgin Active, who have gyms all over the world, create Virgin Active rewards, which incentivizes customers to come back, incentivizes you to join a class, incentivizes you to work out online if you're traveling and can't actually get to the club. And through all of those activities, they're able to collect the data on you and keep informing you when they've got new classes or they've got new gyms opening to make your relationship with that brand better. And with that, you're more likely to stay with the brand. Another wonderful example of retention through a loyalty program. Take something as everyday life as a utility company. Like, I've got to buy my gas and my electricity from somewhere. Wonderful brand in New Zealand called Genesis. They created a loyalty program called Power Shout. What they actually incentivized customers to do was to spend less. Imagine that. You're actually rewarding customers for spending less with you. But obviously in the world of environmental concerns, that's a good thing. Less usage of gas and electricity. But what they were focusing on was not just how much a customer spent with them, but how long did that customer stay with them? And because customers felt that this brand cared about the environment and actually cared about how much they were spending on utilities, customers stayed with them for longer rather than switching out to a competitor. And that's what we call customer retention. They were able to drive customer lifetime value, so the value of a customer over years rather than months, when they could switch out to another brand. Another reason for a loyalty program is to actually think about the business needs that you as a brand need to change. So you may need, I mentioned earlier about digital adoption, that might be a main reason why you need a loyalty program to help your customers come on this journey with you. We've seen some great examples in the banking industry where banks are trying to shift customer behavior away from walking into a branch on the high street into using app or using a virtual card on your cell phone. The virtual card is better for the bank because it means there's more fraud proof. It's better from a security point of view. And it's actually better for the consumer from a convenience point of view. But the adoption rate was really low. Using the loyalty program to incentivize the use of a virtual card versus a traditional credit card is a great example of how a loyalty program can change customer behavior and give the brand that's issuing the loyalty points and rewards better responses to other strategic initiatives within the business. And the last strategic lever I want to share with you is around customer centricity. Now, this is a broad term which basically means, is everything I'm doing with my brand in the best interest of the customer? Now, obviously, most brands will say that is the case, but we have to think about the data we collect through a loyalty program. So the first reason for the loyalty program was the data. The data you collect can also be used across the entire organization. So think about customer service centers. You think about when you pick up your car from being serviced. Does the person at the front desk when you're picking up your car know anything about me, or do I have to re-explain the whole scenario again? A customer-centric business uses data collected either through a loyalty program or through other touch points and creates a customer profile, and that every part of the business can access that to give me a better experience with the brand. We hear of brands like Amazon claim to be the world's most customer-centric business. We can all have our opinions on different brands and how customer-centric they are, but we see the Amazon performance go from strength to strength. And my personal experience working as a customer with the brand is very much that I feel that they do have the customer at heart. So these are the main reasons for main strategic levers for a loyalty program. Number 1, collect data. Number 2, drive increased sales. Number 3, change other customer behaviors. Number 4, drive retention. Number 5, answer business needs that you need as a brand to be addressed. And number 6, drive customer centricity. So a loyalty program is so much more than just a few points and stamps and badges or tiers. Those are all mechanics we have to think through, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure that the strategic levers are addressed because they are the foundations of your loyalty house.